Today we're taking a look at the AirStep TX from XSonic, the ultimate foot controller for ToneX and ToneX One. The AirStep TX is the foot controller which is fully compatible with ToneX One and the ToneX pedal. XSonic have very kindly sent me this to try out, and this video is sponsored by them. And for anyone who might be questioning this sponsorship, I have been using XSonic stuff for years. For anyone who has been a follower of this channel for a long time, I've been using the XSonic Airstep YT for my Yamaha THR amp since they first came out, and it was a game changer for me. And this promises to do exactly the same thing for a ToneX user, and it certainly does that. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how this has impacted me and describe all of the various features it can do. It can do a lot this, and so much of it sadly I can't do because I don't have expression pedals, unfortunately. Just to give you a basic lowdown, the AirStep TX allows for hands-free toggling between presets, banks and effects, subject to what mode you've got it in. So this essentially transforms your ToneX into a full pedal board ready for most scenarios. Suddenly it's become a lot more feasible to take your ToneX setup out live. Very handy so far. It's truly plug in and play, no MIDI setups required or any experience in doing that. Literally all you have to do is take the USB cable that this comes with, plug it into your ToneX, it gives you a pretty light show and you are connected. Like other AirStep models, it has a lithium-ion battery on board, which is chargeable of course, and it lasts for 100 hours on its own. And also if you have a ToneX One, it allows you to power the ToneX One for 3 hours. There are 2 expression pedal inputs on the back. Where things get really interesting with the AirStep TX is not just the remote, but the app it comes with. You can get the AirStep TX app from the App Store or the Play Store. It's completely free, no setup required with regards to signing in or anything like that. So literally download it, open it, and connect via Bluetooth. And what that allows you to do is wirelessly tweak and edit your presets via the remote within the ToneX. So you can change your signal chain, add things like your reverbs, compression, delays, and any modulation you like. And I'm going to put that to the test in this video by showing you how I have modified and, if you like, enhanced my Van Halen and Gus G patches. That is where I think this thing is a game changer for anyone who uses a ToneX. Okay, I'm going to very quickly demonstrate how you can practically operate the AirStep TX. I'm right now on a Gus G setting and I don't happen to want to use that, so I'm going to toggle up using the buttons here up to a bank where I have a setting called the Lunchbox. That is a Gus G capture of an EVH Lunchbox head, and at the moment it's got some effects on. They were added by me using the TX Editor app, but what I want to do now is turn those off. So what I'm going to do is hit this button on the far right here. That turns the LEDs green. So now we're in effect mode. The AirStep TX is operating as a pedal board right now. So if I do a long press on the end here, I'm going to turn my reverb on. We're just left with delay. So if I go over to that flashing light there, that is my delay. I'm going to hold that down and turn that off. We now have no delay, or in theory we shouldn't. There we go. Then we've got our effects in the middle, that is our modulation. We're going to turn that off too. We now have essentially the raw preset as we know it. The amp can be turned off here with this button. Clean sound. As far as I'm concerned, if I'm playing live, all I need is a clean and a dirty and that's it, and then all of these relevant effects. So I might be doing something nice and clean. Solo time, let's kick in some delay. Really cool. Then I want to add in some more effects here. I want a long press there for my reverb. The reason why I'm long pressing there is so that I don't accidentally go to channel changing mode by accident and miss it. And because with this setting I was going for a 90s Van Halen tone, I want a little bit of chorus back on again so that I can engage that sort of eventide harmonizer effect. If you like Twister, you know that. It's absolutely brilliant. I can now operate my ToneX from the floor, change all of my effects, and do what I would do if I were in a live setting. It is fantastic, all done with the AirStep TX. I'm going to show you some more settings now, which I have changed and modified from the Van Halen Brown Sound Pack. What I've got here is the Volcano setting, one of the ones from the Brown Sound 78 to 79 pack. And let's quickly turn on the amp here in the signal chain. If I turn that on. Now what we're going to do is move over to our mod. I want to get a really nice phase 90 sort of a sound. And I know we can get similar to the real thing because I've heard other people do it. So let's try and find that very quickly. So at the moment we're not even close, but what I'm going to do instead is looking down here. You can see the position in the chain here is post rather. We want it in pre, just put it before the amp. Makes it a little bit more subtle. The rate is about right. Very nice. Maybe give it a little bit more depth here. Not perfect, but it's pretty close. So you've got the... Close enough. That's before we add any other effects. Let's go into effect mode on the remote and add the rest. So... reverb. Not in the mood for phaser anymore, let's turn it off using the remote. Awesome. The AirStep TX just makes using the ToneX way easier. Adding the effects makes all the difference here, because all I'm doing there is livening up patches that already exist. And if you want to toggle through effects on the fly, what you would do is, for example, I've got my chorus on there at the moment, but if I want something else, I'll hold down the middle button. Tremolo. Phaser. Very cool. Then if we move over to the next one, what have we got here? Flanger. That's really nice, actually. What's the next one? A rotary speaker. I want to go back to chorus, simply hold down the button. All is well. Very quickly before we wrap up the video, I'm going to show you how you would connect this to ToneX One. So what I've done here is connected the USB-C to the ToneX One. It's automatically connected. You must make sure you're on the latest firmware. And what we're going to do here is start off in preset mode, where you've got your first 4 buttons are your preset. So there's a nice collection of sounds going on there, and then we can toggle through effect mode here. There's a little bit of reverb on there, but if we want to go into effect, we would hit the right button there. Middle is our modulation. Tell you what, the Airstep really gives you access to the great effects that are in the ToneX at the touch of a button. That flashing light indicates the tap tempo of the delay, so if I go 1, 2, slows it down. Back to preset mode. So what I've done there is, if I hit the 2 buttons on the far right here, you actually bank up. So I'm now in a completely different line of banks with other presets. So if I quickly press that end button there. Then if I press these 2 here, there, the 3rd one in and the 4th one in, we're now banked down. And back to the old preset we were in. The Airstep TX completely unlocks your ToneX One because of the nature of the ToneX One. There isn't a tremendous amount to fiddle with at face value. With the Airstep, you can control literally everything at your feet. And that's before you get to the app to tweak any settings to your preference. If I could sum up my experience with the Airstep TX, the one word would be easy. It is so simple to use. You literally don't have to do anything to set it up. You literally just plug your ToneX into the foot controller and off you go. If you're someone who is considering taking your ToneX out live with a flat response cab, your solution is here. And then once again, if you're not somebody who tends to play out live very much and you just enjoy tweaking tones at home, things again have got way easier. You don't have to lean over and keep tweaking. You can just use the editor app and tweak to your heart's content very easily and save all of your presets. And I have to tell you, I hadn't accessed the ToneX effects until I got the controller, and it allows you to access the absolutely brilliant effects that are in the ToneX. They sound amazing, all thanks to the XSonic remote. They saved the day with my Yamaha THR amps, and they've done it again with the ToneX. Definitely worth it in my opinion. Thank you very much for watching this video, you guys. I hope you've liked what you've seen. Please make sure you let me know what you think of this in the comments, and if you absolutely love me, please like and subscribe as well. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks very much once again to XSonic for sending this over to me to try out. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.